Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you to my subscribers, welcome to the newcomers. I hope that you like what you see, and if you do, please subscribe to my channel. It helps grow the channel. Thank you to all the people in the crochet groups that have been commenting and have been so supportive, being part of this journey with me. I can't thank you enough. I will be creating today something special again in honor of my godchild, Angelina. She's in Italy, so this is going to be in honor of her. Dearly miss her, love her very much. She's very special to me. And I hope we're going to create something together very lovely and wonderful. So I'm going to use purples and mixed purple with, it's like a greenish lime green with some yellow, almost looks like a yellowish, but it's not. I don't know yet if I'll be using the green, but just in case, we're definitely using the white for the centerpiece. And you never know, throughout the video that I might change my mind or change colors. I usually do that sometimes, quite often, going through a pattern, and I come to some point, my mind flies somewhere else with different colors, so I might add something else instead of another one. So make sure you always like forward it ahead to see where I'm at, if I added stitches or changed colors for some reason that you might want to do exactly the same colors I do. By the way, the colors are, this is thread 4. This is your European Joanina Ladybug. This is from Portugal thread. 100% cotton, needle number 3, and also you'll need a scissors. All of them are number 4, and I guess you can check your local stores if they have, or shop them online, Amazon or something, or eBay, I don't know, Hobby Lobbies, Michael's, Walmart. There's all kinds of places you guys can go and check out. Anyway, so we're gonna get started. So Angelina, this is for you, my love. I hope you like it, and I love you very much and miss you. So mil baci, Angelina, para te. And I guess hopefully we'll see each other soon someday. So people, let's get started on this beautiful pattern we're going to create, and hopefully everybody will enjoy it. Thank you so much, everybody. Don't forget to hit that bell notification for new uploads. And thank you again for being part of this journey. Thank you. Okay, everybody, so we're going to do the magic ring. I have no idea what I'm going to create, but we're going to create it together somehow. I'm sure it will end up beautiful as usual. So we're going to do 3. Get you closer. 2 separation. And another group of 3. And another group of 3 with no separation. Tied up a little bit here. Two separation. And another group of 3. Now don't tie it up too much here, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do on this end yet. We'll figure it out at the end. Turn around. Okay, we're going to walk through it to go to the middle. Go up 3 and 2 more groups of 3. 1, 2 separation, and I'm gonna, in the middle here of the two groups, we're gonna do 3. 1, 2 separation, and 2 more. So this is going to be, I think, a very easy pattern. I have more or less an idea. This is something I created more or less when I was very, very young, I think at the age of 10. Can't remember exactly the stitch, how it went, but figure it out. So we go to the middle again, always going to the middle and create the 2 groups of 3. 1, 2 separation, and 1, 2 separation, and inside here we're going to create the 2 groups of 3. I think the memory is starting to come back, not sure, but it doesn't matter if it's exactly the same or not. We're creating something anyway, so as long as it comes out nice, we're all good. 1, 2, I can't remember if I had, I don't think I had 2 separation here. Okay, well, let's try. This is how we create. We do it, we take down. Usually I take down a lot before I record, and then when I'm sure about the stitch, that's when I record it. Okay, so we're gonna go directly. I think it's this way. 1, 2, and 3, and then 2 separation, and then into the next one. Now with this pattern, you can go as long as you like, the size you want as far as length. Whoops. No, no separation here. And then 1, 2. And then turn around and then walk to the middle, always. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're gonna do this, and you're gonna go as long as you want to go, and then there's nothing to it. It's always repeatedly the same stitch. You do the length you want. Here you make the 2 separation, and here you make the 3, and 1, 2 separation, and into the next loop here. One, 2. If your stitch is overly tight, then do 3. If it's too loose, then do 2. I might even have to add 3 stitches instead of 2 because my stitch is very tight. So I'll see as I go. I think this should be okay. And that's it, people. So now going to the middle again and through the loops here. 1, 2, 3. and nothing else to it, and go as big as you want. And then I'll meet you up front, because then it's gonna be sort of like a triangle. So then we're gonna cut down stitches. Then I'll show you how I'm gonna cut it down instead of adapting two sides, because normally people would do, when you're doing this kind of stitch or this kind of pattern, I remember back then we used to do in two parts. One, we do half, and then we do the other half and attach it on. But over the years, I've learned not to do halves and attach on. I do it directly. So I pretty much just cut down stitches, and I will be teaching you how to cut down these stitches without doing two halves, cutting thread and amending one side to the other. And I think it looks much better too. It doesn't look as like attached in the middle. Okay, so nothing to it, very easy. I don't know how many rows I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna make it a little bit big. It is a table runner, so we don't want it to be that short. Also, depending on the size of your table. Okay, so just do that and continue on. As you see here, it's basically like a 1, 2, 3, and then it goes on 4, 5, 6, 7. So go as big as you want, and then advance the video, see where I'm at, because then I'm going to start cutting it down. So it's going to go like this now, and then it's a triangle. Okay. Okay, everybody. So I pretty much did my half triangle, if you want to call it. Whoops. And I went until there's 21 squares. So 21 little squares from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So now we are going to start cutting down the other triangle without cutting the thread and doing the other half. We're going to do it automatically. So you would turn your work around just the same. Go up 3. Two separation as regular. There's not much of a change, just a little bit, just to narrow it down, to start narrowing down the pattern. Here normally we would have done 2 separation to make our 3 little groups here. We're not doing that, we're jumping. And it's going to go directly like that afterwards. So this is it. Everything else stays the same, only on the beginning and the end of the row of the 3 groups that we cut. We don't do the 2 stitch separation, so I can start curving into the triangle. And this is a way to not to have any middle stitch showing. Looks more professional that way. I remember being 10, 11 when I did this, and I had to do half and half and then stitch it on. And of course back then in the days was different, didn't have so much creativity on the patterns. As we go, then the eras has changed, imagination is different, and so on and so forth. Anyway, so you cut automatically here. We don't do the 2 separation, we cut, and at the end we'll do the same thing. Okay, you guys, so we're at the end of this row. Again, don't do the 2 stitch separation, just jump just like that, and it cuts down to form a triangle. Now you turn around and everything becomes the same. Two separation. Now we've cut this out. Remember, we didn't do the 2-stitch separation, so you know you automatically have to go into the next because we are cutting down, right? Then you proceed to do the same thing, and at the end we're going to do the same thing. We're going to jump. It's all about jumping now, okay? So this is what it's going to look like. So now it cuts. So we jump. We don't do 2-stitch separation here nor here. Again, we're at the end. Obviously, you're not going to put in there. So you're going to cut right through it. Very simple, nothing to it. So this is fantastic for beginners. Simple stitch and creating something very nice. Now, when I first did this at 10 or 11 years old, I did in baby blue from my brother's rooms. And it was nothing to it. It was just simple like that with some fringes at the end of where the magic ring is. So, but today we're creating completely something different with it. With flowers, of course, you know. So you turn around, you do your regular groups again, and we're going to jump again without any stitches at all, separation. Okay, so beginning and end, we jump. We don't do 2-stitch separation. We're not expanding. We're cutting down the triangle. And we're going to end up with only one little square at the end, exactly how we started at the beginning. And the rest stays the same. It is so hot here in the island. My hands are so slippery, it's stuck, and it's extremely, extremely hot here in the island. Very uncomfortable to sleep, and you take a cold shower now, 5 minutes after you're all sticky again. Okay, so we continue proceeding the same way. Again, we're at the end of the row. No 2 separation, and just jump to the next one. So it's cutting down into the other half of the pattern of the triangle. So you're going to continue doing that until the end, until we meet pretty much at the magic circle here at the end. So you're going to end up with the 4 that we started. You're going to end up on this side. Turn around and continue the same way. Now you can go the size you want. You can go bigger, you can go smaller. That's what's good about this pattern. It's not like there's a specific amount of stitches that you need to do to square it off. This has no limit. And I like that on stitches that has no limit, because then you can play around with it and do so many different things. Okay, so now again, I'm going to jump. We don't go in here, we go in here. Okay. So I'll meet you guys at the end, and then we'll go into the creation of the flowering. Okay. Okay, everybody, so we pretty much reached the end. As you can see, we finished with one, similar to what we have here now, to that one. And now we're going to do the 4. So I've done my 2 already, and you just jump automatically into the next one and finish the other 2 groups of 3. And this is it. So now we can cut our yarn, our thread, whatever you're using. Lock it in, and then just get it through the loops here into the middle. And I like to give it a knot just to have it secure. And now we're okay, because the flowering is going to cover all of this up. So here it is. Now don't forget, once we start the flowers, the end will end up the same. So we're going to tie up this one here, as you can see. And we're going to give it a knot too, just to make sure that nothing is going to come apart. And just go through a couple more. And the flower is going to cover all of this leftover stuff, whatever is imperfection. Okay, so now we go into the next step. Just wanted to show you another trick. If your stitch is too wide and you find that there's too much of a space here, just grab a piece of thread, yarn, whatever, and just tie it up like that, so they become more close together. Even though the flower is going to cover it, but at least you know it's tied up loose ends. Give it like 3 good knots and you're okay. Just little weedy tricks to it. Okay. And now cut the rest, thread your yarn, and you're pretty much on the rise with it. Okay, next step. Okay, you guys, so now I'm gonna use yellow to make the flower stems inside of the flowers. So I would be grabbing the middle here of the edge of the pattern. You go up 1, 2, and make another one inside, and then 1, 2, and go on the corner here, 1, 2 separation. And we're going to do this all the way around the pattern. Get you a little bit closer. 1, 2. Go on the edge of the pattern. Oops, you have to do 2 separation for each one. So this is basically the same flower as we did in the previous video. I'm going to see if it works out this way. If not, then we have to add more of these stems. 1, 2. 1, 2. I'm going to put it to the test, and hopefully it works out. If not, I have to take it down and add a few more of these stems. 1, 2, into the same place. Like that. Okay, everybody, so I pretty much did all my edge with the yellow, as you can see. A little bit of change of plans because I was supposed to do mostly in purple and lilac and things like that. But I've changed my mind as usual. I always come up with something sometimes different as I'm going with the flow, and to create different colors that I think it would be more outstanding for certain patterns. So I'm going to use this multicolored purple, which is a yellowish green, if you want to call it. When you look at it here, you think it's like yellowish, but it's really golden yellow green. And I've used the yellow inside for the stems of the leaves for the flower. So again, you would come to the edge of the pattern, and I am going to, you can create anywhere you want. Let's start by here. Actually, here. I'm going to start right here at the edge. And we're going to create the flowers. Now, this flower is no different than the last video, like I mentioned, that I did. I'm going to create it on this because I think it's going to look gorgeous. And I think my client will also like it. I love when they leave decisions up to me, because then I can play around with patterns and colors and things like that. It makes it much easier on my behalf. I also prefer to create my own things and just getting pictures or whatever. Usually sometimes certain clients will send to me and they want the same thing done as that picture or something like that. And I'm not too crazy about doing that because I like to create my own things and be unique, different than everybody else. But when it does happen that they absolutely want that sort of pattern, well, then I'll create what they've asked for, plus I will put my input in it so I can have a piece of me. but it doesn't always happen that way. Most of the time I do create my own thing, which I'm happy about. Okay, so we're going to do 6 petals, as you see here, like we did on the last pattern if you saw the video. If not, I strongly suggest you looking at it. It came out gorgeous, and I'm sure you probably will like it too. So we're going to do 4 stitch. I guess I didn't explain it right from the beginning, did I? Because I've just been going blah, blah, blah. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to have 6. So you would come in, you'd lock it in, you'd go up once, turn once, and do 4 regular stitch. Very easy, nothing to it. Like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 stitch, and then lock it in. Again, lock in on the next. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go up once, turn, come inside, and do 4 regular stitches. Now, another thing I wanted to mention before I forget, you have to do this on the wrong side, and the wrong side would be where all of the closed stitches are in the wrong side, because when we're going to turn our flower, we're turning our flower this way, and the flower will be on the right side of the pattern. So just make sure that you know that. I mean, if you made the mistake and you only realized afterwards that you went too far and you did on the wrong side, it's really not going to change much. It's just going to be a little bit different. It's the beauty will still be there just the same. I prefer it to be like this. So you'd come in on the first one here, and you'd lock it in, give it 1 stitch, go back on the same one that you did, and just do a small stitch, just so we can have it locked in. Go on the next one, and again, go on the next one, 2, not the next one, same one, 3 stitches on the same one, and then again 3 stitches on the next one, small stitch, and then on the next one, because we're going to have two leaves in between the 2 flowers with the lime green or the multicolored green. So that's why we're skipping. On the other pattern, I didn't skip. I went right through it. I did my leaves together with it. So as you can see, this is what it's going to look like, which is gorgeous. And this is why the yellow, it came inside. So you can have that stamp for these petals, okay? So again, we're going to do 6. Make sure that you just leave 2 spaces to have the same stems we're going to create here. And I'm wondering if I'm going to do it on lime, or should I just do it, probably just should do it with this one instead of breaking my head with it. I don't know. Okay, so I guess we'll probably just do it. And I'll use the lime green for something else, if I use it at all. Okay, so you would come, after you locked in your flower, you'd go in the same space where you have your flower locked in. You do 1 small stitch. Then you go to the next one, and then you recreate again the flower. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 stitch, and then lock in. Now you're going to have 8 flower petals on here, because you need 6 to turn the flower, to make it a flower, and 2 stays alone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. I'll show you in a minute. Okay, you guys, so we have the first flower done, and then we have 2 petals here that we're going to leave out. and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in total you have 8. You have to do 8 in order to create that petal. Now you would take your needle, you'd come from behind, okay, right in the center of this petal here. So you're going to leave 2 of them out as separation petals. You're going to come and grab your thread or your yarn, whatever you're working with, and you're going to pull through 1 stitch and go back into the same one that you started your flower, just to so it doesn't stretch too much. And then again 1, and then you create your 8 petals again, and you only use 6 because 2 will be left out. So nothing to it, very simple, and it comes out a gorgeous gorgeous flower and turns the pattern a beauty. So very simple. You do your 4 stitch inside, your 1 stitch, and lock it in. Going to the next one, 1 stitch, and then do your 4 regular stitches, and you continue doing that throughout the whole pattern. Very, very simple. Okay, and just show you what it looks like from the right side. Okay, bring it out. So you see why, and it doesn't matter it says on the wrong side, it's going to give it more of that poof thing look, because the 2 flowers here hide it anyway. So no stress about it, as you can see. So we're going to leave these 2 out, and we're going to turn 6 in. So this is what it's going to look like, and I think it looks gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to do that throughout the whole pattern all the way around, and then we'll come back and do something else to the pattern. So I'll meet you in a bit. Okay, people, another trick I wanted to show you is for the people that have a very loose, wide, large, whatever you want to call it, stitch when you're doing your flower, is you can have it attached automatically from one flower to the next, like I did here to show you guys. As you can see, my 2 here don't have the attachment. You can leave it without it, or if you're too loose and you don't want your flower to be falling out of place and getting too wide in the way. So you know that we have to do the 8 petals one after another in order to turn on the 6th one. So these would be the 2 left out. As you can see, I have it here, the example. The 2 left out. Here's the first petal. We don't tie it in. We tie in on the 2nd petal together. We leave the first one out. So this is the 2 left out, like here. We don't tie in on the next one. On the 3rd one, we don't tie it in. So 1, 2, 3. And we are going to tie it in on the 4th petal with the other one, with the other flower that's done. On your 2nd big stitch. So altogether it's 6 stitches we have in here, because we do the small one with 1 stitch, and then 4 regular, and then 1 stitch, and then lock it in. So it's 6 inside of each to make this petal. So we did 2 regular stitches. Now we go into the 2nd petal here in the middle, right, where the 2 stitches, the 2 big stitches meet up, and we go right in the center and we lock it in like that, and then just continue to do our 2 petals again to finish this 1 petal, and then 1 stitch, and then lock in, and then go to your next one, and that's it. Nothing else to it. So it's optional. It's up to you. If you find that your petals are too loose, too big, then you can do that so they can stay in place. The choice is really yours. You could also glue them together with hot glue if you want to. But I think it's easier this way because you're already having it all done at once. If you're doing it, you know, it's much simpler, and you don't have to come back to it anymore because it will be over and done with. So basically, you see it stays like that, right? Because this petal is part of the flower because it's 6 and the 2 stay out. So it stays already tied up. Not going to go anywhere. And it's pretty. As here you can see that mine, these 2 first ones I did, they're loose. So automatically when you do them, of course they have the tendency to flip up. Once they're all done together, then you know, you would compress on them and fix them like that. But with these ones, they're already tied in like that. They're not going to move anywhere. So it's up to you. Just a little, you know, technique. Okay, you guys, so we pretty much finished all the flowering all the way around. We're going to go back to the edge over here. Might seem like a little bit crumpled up, you know, but what you do is you just stretch out a bit and it goes into place. Okay, so we're going to create right from the start. We're at the edge of the pattern. So right in here, we're going to create, which is like, let me just give you an idea. It's where the 2 squares are. So we are going to go right in between the loop here. And I'm going to create these lovely little hearts. So you're going to lock it in. And pull your yarn, your thread, because we need to hide that. And we're going to do 1, 2. And we're going to do in this space 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to create 4 more, but only taking 1 out. We'll leave the other, we don't take everything out. So we're going to leave it on the needle. So that's 2 that we created there on this side, 3, and 4. Now we're going to take out 2, take out 2, take out 2, and take out the last 2. And just show you where we're going to lock it in. Excuse me. So as you see, so we have we attach to where the 3 okay, the 2 squares are in the bottom, so we're in between the 2 and the 3 squares, right? So now we are going to lock it in right over the middle square of the 3 squares, and we're just gonna lock it in on this little corner here like that. Let's see if it's locked in perfect, or do we need to go up 1 more? Yeah, we need to go up 1 more. Okay, so that won't do. Okay, so make sure that you see what I'm telling you. So we have the 3 squares here, right? So we're not going to touch it here because it's too close. So we are going to attach it up top instead of the bottom of these stitches. So we're going to attach it right in the middle, well, the side of the middle one. And let's see if this is going to work out. So then you do 1, 2, 3, and 4. You come back to the fourth one, and you do your 4 stitch, regular stitch. So 3, and 4. So then we're doing the other side. So we're doing only, taking out only once. We don't take everything out. We leave the rest on the needle. 2, 3, and 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the needle. Take out 2, take out 2, take out 2, and take out the last one. And then again, we need to tie it up. So we want to straighten it out because we don't want to, you know, tie up too much so it doesn't like curve out or anything like that. Gotta make sure that you see what I'm doing here. Okay, so we've tied up in between the 2 squares and the first one, in between the 2 squares and the 3. Now this one we are in between the 4, and we're just gonna tie it up just right there. So we're basically following this line here. Okay, so we don't take it here on the bottom, we take it right here up top of the middle of the 4 and the 5 squares. Again, we're going to lock it in. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Turn once, go back into your 4th, or even on the edge here, the space. Probably best 1, 2, 3, and 4. So basically you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? You'd have 5 on your needle. You close it once, and then you do 1, 2, 3, and 4, and do 1 more, and 5. Take out 2, take out 2, take out 2, whoops, take out 2, and take out 2. Okay, just straighten it out. So we are here, so we won't tie it. We have to do it from, so we won't tie, we have to tie it. Let me see, just stretching that out. Okay, so we're going to tie it here. So basically we are tying on every, where all these double stitches are. That gives you an idea. So where all the other row of double stitches are, that's where we're locking in. And then 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then we'd come back into the beginning of the 4, and then 1, 2, 3, and 4. So that means we'll have a total of 5. And then now we're gonna do the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we take out once, we take out twice, 3, 4, and 5. Like that. And then again, so we know we're going to go into the next one here. So stretch it out, make sure it's stretched out properly, and we're going to go right in here. So it's always on the upper loop, okay, just to give you an idea that you know it's on the upper loop, not the bottom. And we're going to do this all the way around. Now there's 2 ways you can go about. You can do this going up and then cut your yarn at the other edge and then restart from here again. You can restart from here again, or you just continue and you come back down. So you will have hearts following each other and facing downward. So this part here would be facing down, or you just can continue from here. I don't know yet which one I'm going to do. I'll figure it out when I get to the end of the other edge. So very simple. So you know you're going to do your 4 stitches now, and then do your heart stitches, and then we're going to stick it up here. Okay, so we don't get it on the bottom loop, we get it on the top loop where all the other stitches are. So very simple, not complicated, just give you a nice close-up. So we don't stick it down here, we're gonna stick it up here on this loop here, and not in the bottom where the holes are. We have to stick it here where the groups of 3s are. Okay, so I'll meet you up top and decide what I'm going to do, if I'm going to continue this way or if I'm just going to continue coming down. Okay, you guys, so we pretty much got here in the corner, or at the edge if you want to call it, stretch it out a bit. So we're pretty much here, and what are we going to do? We need to continue going up this way now. Okay, so as you can see here, we're right at the edge from the straight line, right? So now we need to continue, and we need to come here, because here is the same thing as on this one, right? So we need to come here. Do it from this one. Actually in the middle here, because we need to leave this space out like here. So we got to curve it up, and we're going to grab it just somewhere. So let's say here, right in the middle. You see what works for you best and take it from there. So you can just turn, if you're following, if you're going back up this way. If not, you're going to restart from the other end and have the hearts all facing the same way. I'm going to continue on. Okay, everybody, so I pretty much finished the pattern. I could have continued and went on forever, you know, it never ends. I could have added some flowers at the edge. I mean at each end of the pattern, or outside skirts here. I could have added some mixture of green, but I'm not going to do that. I think I put already enough character into it with this last heart designs that I did, and was a simple make, was not complicated at all. So now I want to thank everybody again for being part of this journey, and thank you so much for your comments, for your likes and your shares. It really does help grow the channel, and I hope the newcomers, you do subscribe and be part of this journey, this family with us. And again, this is in honor of my godchild, Angelina Ferrante. She's in Italy. So all the best to you, Angelina. And I hope you like this pattern named in your honor. So thank you so much, everybody. And we'll see you soon in the next video sometime. I'm going to have the reveal shots and the little video at the end. I'm going to set it up to do the little video for you guys so you can see what it looks like, the final touch. So thank you so much, everybody. Please stay safe, and until next time, thank you. Arrivederci, Angelina. Baci. Ciao.